Regardless of what I'm about to say, this poster is amazing. Whoever came up with that, I salute you. The Hitman's Bodyguard is an action comedy starring Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson and is directed by Patrick Hughes, the same director as The Expendables 3. In this movie, Ryan Reynolds plays Michael Bryce, an elite bodyguard with his own successful company. That is until a high-profile customer gets assassinated on his watch and he loses his elite status. One day an opportunity arises where Bryce can get his elite status back by bringing in an infamous hitman to testify against a Russian dictator. All of this sounds pretty interesting, especially with such a great cast, and for the first half hour, it's pretty good. And that's the point where I should have walked out of the movie. The obvious problems are not because of the main cast. In this case, the directing, writing, and production simply did not live up to the hype they created. The plot of this movie is very basic, and it tries so hard to be funny that it becomes awkward at times. Ryan Reynolds does his best to work with the poorly written jokes, and had it been anyone else, this movie would have been far, far worse. I kind of feel bad for the actors. We know how good they can be. I mean, you really have to mess up a script to not care about Sam Jackson. It's almost impossible. Almost. One of the key elements for a buddy cop movie is good dialogue with some funny back and forth banter, and unfortunately we get none of that. The quips between the main characters are contrived and unoriginal, all of it leading to an endgame that we've seen 100 times before in movies far better than this one. So a large part of this movie takes place in Amsterdam, and usually when a movie production moves abroad for shooting, they hire a local second unit, because it's a lot cheaper than to fly the entire crew over. That was a big mistake. I live in Amsterdam, and one of the things the Netherlands is definitely not good at is shooting action movies. It's a very small country, and there's just not enough experience with movies on this scale, and that is very noticeable. As soon as the main characters get to Amsterdam, the quality of the camera work drops considerably. During the action sequences, there was a heavy use of shaky cam, and during the normal dialogue, the movie had so much soft focus that it might as well have been a soap opera. The Hitman's Bodyguard had a lot of promise, a great cast, a fun premise, but with unfunny jokes and terrible writing. I mean, the ending is simply ridiculous. It's a shiny rock. So that's it for The Hitman's Bodyguard. Have you seen it? What movie with a great cast did you find the most disappointing? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, hit like or click on the blue M&M to subscribe. I'll see you next time.